today we are here at a very special place close to where I live in the Okanagan. This building behind me is the Sncewips Heritage Museum. Have you ever been to a museum before? They are buildings that are full of valuable treasure, precious artwork, and interesting artifacts from throughout history. Holy ding dang Duna museums are so much fun, and you can learn so much whenever you visit one. The Sncewips Heritage Museum is especially special because it is here on the unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan people. And it is full of indigenous artifacts, some of which are still being used by the Syilx people today. Here in Canada, the Indigenous people play a very important role in this country's history, and they have wonderful ways of life and traditions that we can learn from. I am so excited to learn with you today, my friend. Should we go inside together? Follow me. Hi, Coralee.
Why, gaat gehad, Kiki?
Oh, my friend and I are so excited to be here at the Sncewips Heritage Museum. As you might know, I make this show, Life with Kiki, on the unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan people. So it is so special that I'm here today.
Oh, we're so happy to have you too, Kiki. Are you ready for a tour?
Yes, I am. Let's do it.
Let's go. So Kiki, let me show you how my people got around. So in the very beginning, we did have horses, but horses were more so reserved for getting our old people up and down mountains or for charging into battle.
Oh, wow.
How we traveled actually was by canoe. So this canoe is made out of one entire black cottonwood tree. It weighs 600 pounds.
That is so, how would they carry it?
We need 6 men.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. 6 tough guys to carry it. And you'd have, what you do is you would fill this up full of meat, blanket, paint, rope, and your family, and you would head all throughout their territory, wherever the water would take you. Think of this as a real old-time family minivan.
That's amazing. And this is made out of one single tree?
One single tree.
Check it out, my friend. Look how big this canoe is. There is no way Kiki could lift this canoe by herself. I would need 5 other Kikis, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And how would they move the canoe around, Coralee, on the water?
You need a paddle. So
Yes.
in our language, we call this a uchol.
Ucho.
And even the act of paddling is called ucho. So you go uchol, uchol, uchol.
Wow, and this is carved obviously out of wood too? Or
Yeah, this is made out of pine.
Pine.
Now, we carry 2 types of paddles. We have a real pointy type to actually get you going. And then we have a flat end for pushing you off the shore.
Okay, it's so light. I was expecting it to be a lot heavier.
Well, when you're traveling long distance, you don't want to wear out your arms too quick.
No, you don't. Wow, and this design here too. So beautiful.
That's our logo for West Bank First Nation.
Oh, wow.
This was actually created by my late great-grandmother, Mary Derrickson.
All right, Coralee, there's so much to see in this museum. I don't even know where to begin. Where should we go next?
Oh, my favorite is to talk about plants.
Okay, let's talk about plants.
To the bird bed.
Woohoo! Wow, Coralee, this looks so cool. What is all this stuff?
Well, this is our medicine garden, and we make all of our plants out of clay. So, Kiki, it is really hard to starve in the Okanagan if you know what you're looking for.
Really?
And plants are more than just being pretty or smelling nice. A lot of them are used for medicine, and a lot of them are used for food.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't even know which ones are which.
Well, good thing you have me here.
Yeah.
Well, the first one that's really cool is a jumping cactus. And in our language, in Syilx, we call this sohuina. Can we say sohuina?
Syilx.
Good job. Dali gast. So, sohuina, the jumping cactus, I know it's pretty prickly and really mean, but you can eat it. What you gotta do is you gotta burn the needles off. If you peel back the skin, you can pop that little green fruit on the inside.
What does it taste like?
Not much,
Yeah.
but it kind of tastes like a cucumber.
Oh, I love cucumbers.
Yeah, and it helps to hydrate you, so stop you from being thirsty.
Oh, good to know. But maybe if I saw these out, should I pick them and start eating them?
I would be very careful. They're
Right.
very prickly.
Okay, maybe I won't do that.
Next one though, some plants are also a little bit dangerous. This is called a buttercup. In our language, we call this skiermen. Can we say skiermen?
Skiermen.
It looks like your dress.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
So
My
yellow.
favorite color. So what did the Syilx people use buttercups for?
It's not completely scary. What we can do is we can turn this into a topical medicine that's good for arthritis.
Oh.
Arthritis is when our bones and our fingers can kind of get a little ouchy. Sometimes our grandmas and grandpas can get really sore fingers. So this is a good medicine for that.
Oh, good.
The next plant, now this one is a little funny, but this is called soapberry.
Soapberry.
Yeah, and it tastes like soap.
Okay, maybe I don't want to eat that one, but maybe I could wash my hands and hair with it?
You absolutely can. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can eat the soapberry if you add other sweeter berries to it.
Okay.
That makes it a little bit more bearable.
Okay.
But it's really good for you. It's super high in vitamin C, and you need vitamin C to keep away illness.
Yes, you do. I know that much.
I hate getting sick.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Another one that's really important, this is our bitterroot. So,
This one's beautiful.
yeah, she's super pink and pretty. And when you find her in the wild, she's absolutely gorgeous.
Wow. What do you use bitterroot for?
We use her as a food and a medicine.
Okay.
So before her flower opens, she's a tasty food.
Oh.
And she kind of tastes like a mild radish.
Oh, okay. And then once she blooms.
She tastes like an orange peel.
Okay.
She's quite bitter,
I'd
but
rather have a radish than an orange peel.
she's really good for preventing heart disease, so keeping your heart nice and healthy. She also gets rid of muscle cramps, and she swells in your tummy, making you feel fuller longer.
Oh, wow.
So you don't snack as much.
Not a bad idea. And how would you prepare the bitterroot?
She's really tricky to harvest.
Okay.
This is one plant you can't just yoink out of the ground. You have to dig around her and gently hoist her out of the ground.
Yeah.
Then you can peel off her little brown sleeping bag, and out will come her little arms and legs, and she goes spring.
Amazing.
There are other medicinal foods that we just don't think about. Strawberries, for example, full of vitamin B and E and really good for you. But the wild strawberry, her leaves are an antiseptic.
Oh,
now,
wow.
An antiseptic means it keeps germs away.
Yeah.
So if you get a boo-boo in the bush, you can just pull off one of those leaves, crunch it up, and rub it into your owie, and that keeps bacteria from getting in there.
Oh, wow. And then you can also eat the fruit.
Yeah! I like a snack after getting hurt. Makes me feel better.
Me too.
Next one is pine needles, but not just any pine needles. This is a ponderosa pine, and you'll find these everywhere in the Okanagan. The really long needles are great for when we're making our pine needle baskets. But we also use this plant for is pitch. Now pitch is like, it's like sap, but it's a little thicker, and we use that for everything. We can melt it down into a glue, we can melt it down into a sealant, we can melt it down into a base for medicine.
Wow.
So it's got a lot of uses. You can even chew it as bubble gum. It cleans your teeth.
Wow. I didn't know you could do all of that with sap.
Oh,
I normally
yeah.
get sap stuck on my leg when I'm playing outside, and it takes forever to get off. So I can understand it would make a good glue.
Yes, very good. It does not come off. No. Takes a long time. But what's cool about the ponderosa is that when it's overheated or feeling a little bit sad, it'll let out a vanilla smell.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you're, it's really, really hot out in the Okanagan and you're in a forest full of the ponderosa and you get that real sweet smell,
Right.
that's what's happening.
Wow.
And finally, we're going to talk about our Saskatoon berries. So Saskatoon berries are actually full of iron, and iron's really important when we're trying to build more blood in our body or repair tissue in our muscles. And it's also really good for keeping meat good. So
Okay.
what we would do is we take our dried meat, we mash it in with our berries, and that's how we make our version of pemmican.
Oh, wow. So it preserves the meat? Oh, wow. I never knew Saskatoon berries could do that.
Well, our people would travel long distances and we didn't have coolers or fridges, so it was really important to make sure that you had road snacks that could last.
Yeah, I like snacks in the car a lot.
Yeah.
I had no idea that all these plants could be used for medicine and food.
That's right. But it's really important that we go about picking plants in a good way.
Right, what does that mean?
Well, it's called harvesting etiquette.
Okay.
Manners. When you're going out into the bush, you never want to pick the first plant you see. Always make sure that there's more for
I
you
see.
and me.
Always make sure that there's more for you and me. I love that. I'll remember that, Coralee.
That's good. And that way we can harvest happy.
Sounds good. All right, what should we see next, Coralee?
I love fishing. Let's look at fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Yay!
All right, Coralee, let's go fishing.
Woo! Now, we can't just go fishing without tools.
Very true.
Yeah.
So what kind of tools do the Syilx people use?
Well, for one, this is for a more passive way of catching fish. This is called a fishing weir, but in our language, we call this a sochliken.
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 And it's a trap for fish?
It's a trap. So what we do is we gather red willow and we weave 2 chambers together using deer skin.
Oh, right. And it looks like there might be some sap to hold it together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deer skin, when it's wet, it's gonna stretch. And that's okay, because you want it to stretch to accommodate more fish. But what's gonna happen is it's gonna overstretch and then your trap falls apart and then all your fishies disappear.
Okay, we don't want that to happen.
No. So the pitch makes sure that your deer skin doesn't overstretch.
Oh, wow. So they would just leave this in the lake?
In a creek.
In a creek. They would leave this in a creek so that the fish would just swim inside and then be trapped?
Yeah.
Amazing.
And this will get nice and big. It'll double and bubble in size, and our big strong men will drag it to shore. They will untie the back, and then all the fish tumbles out.
Wow.
And then we sort.
So you have this wonderful trap for fish, but do the Syilx people also use fishing rods?
Absolutely.
Cool.
What we would do is we would take a plant called dogbane. We would crack her in half, bring out the fibers, and we would make our rope. This is called spitzen.
Spitzen. So this is actually made from that stick?
From the stick.
That's amazing. It doesn't feel like a stick at all.
No, it's very soft.
So you would use this, you put a hook on the end, and use this to fish as well.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, no, fishing hasn't changed over thousands and thousands of years.
You guys figured it out the first time.
Yes. Luckily, fish don't learn.
Yeah. And I see also here, Coralee, you have a net and some spears.
That's right.
Okay.
So this is called a tri-pronged spear. Tri means 3, so it's got 3 nasty little points.
Wow. Yeah, that wouldn't be very friendly to a fish, would it?
No. The middle prong hits the fish, the outer prongs dig in, so that fish doesn't go anywhere when you yoink them out of the water.
Wow. And then the net, what would you use the net for?
So the net is a dip net. This is called a muln.
Oh,
And what we do is when we're over the big creeks and big rushes of fish are coming through, we take that big net, we dip it in, and we scoop out a whole bunch of fish.
Wow.
And there's one more fishing tool that we use.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is cool.
Looks really sharp. Oh my gosh, it is sharp. What's it made of?
So this is a deer antler.
Whoa. Check it out, my friend. It's so smooth and really pointy.
Really pointy, because that's where you hit the fish.
Right.
And this is sinew. So sinew is found in the spinal cord of the deer. Sinew tightens, deer skin stretches.
Okay, so you use this to kind of like a rope or an adhesive to put the antler onto the stick?
To build our tools.
Oh, wow. So
Now-
how would you use this tool?
Well, I'll show you. Yeah. You take your hook like this, and how you're doing it is you're gonna go back and forth, and usually I can't see my fish if the water is like really bubbly, and if I tap my fish, oh, I'm gonna flip my hook and get them.
That's a really, really quick way to get a fish.
Yes, if you're good at it, it takes a lot of practice. So if you don't get them the first try, try again.
Those are wise words. What is the name of this tool, Coralee?
This is called a gaff.
A gaff.
And it doesn't always have to look like this. My friend, his is made out of a broken hockey stick and a hook he found on a farm.
Oh, wow.
So it can look like anything. It can still be traditional, although contemporary.
I love that.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about baskets.
Yes, I would love to talk about baskets, Coralee.
Let's go!
Wow, Coralee, there's so many beautiful baskets here. Can you tell me about them?
Yeah, we're pretty proud of our baskets. Baskets are used for everything. This one in particular, this is a birch bark basket. So we take the bark of a birch tree and we fashion it into a basket.
Wow.
And what's neat about it is very light, it's very simplistic in design, and incredibly versatile. This is our teapot, our soup pot, our medicine maker, our berry picker, water carrier, everything.
Wow, so it is waterproof
It is.
and it can go over a fire?
Wouldn't go over a fire.
No? Okay.
What we would do is we would take hot rocks from a coal
I see.
and then pop it in, and that would heat your water up.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And so in our language, this is called a pena.
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 Good job. A big basket is called a yamhua.
Yamhua.
Good job.
Okay, so this is not a yamhua.
No,
Okay.
this is a pena.
Okay, what do you use the yamhuas for?
So the yamhua would be used to carry larger things like fish or
Mm-hmm.
medicines or even personal belongings. Our people, because we're traveling all the time, we don't like heavy things.
That makes
so
sense.
we try not to carry too much with us. That's why we love our baskets, because they're nice and light and you can fit a lot of stuff in them.
Yeah, so I see that this one is woven on the top, and these ones are woven throughout. What are those made of?
So some of these are made out of cedar root. So
Okay.
you take little strips of cedar and then weave them together into a strong basket. And some are made out of pine needle.
Right, the needles we saw over in the garden.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, they must take a long time to make.
They do.
Yeah, like
Oh,
how
yeah.
long?
I can make a tiny basket within 4 hours.
Oh, wow. So these big ones would take days to make.
They would. That's why they were so expensive, and that's why they were just so treasured too. Because when someone puts that much work into something, it means a lot.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Wow. And there's some beadwork here too.
Yeah. So beadwork wasn't exactly something our people did long ago.
Okay.
For our people, we like to paint. That's our biggest
Oh,
export.
wow, I love to paint too.
Yeah, well, let me show you our paint.
Okay.
Got a little tiny chunk of it right here.
Whoa, so that's paint?
That's
it looks like a
paint.
rock.
It is.
Can I touch it?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So this is called tulamine,
Tulamine.
and this is how we made our pictographs. But we would also paint our faces with it, we would paint our hair, and we would paint our clothing.
Wow, it's a beautiful orange, rusty color. Has a bit of red in there too. What's it made from?
So it starts off with a base of animal fat, salmon oil, pine resin, like the pitch I was telling you
Yeah.
about, and then there's a special rock called hematite.
Hematite.
Now, hematite can come in a large spectrum of colors, from black to snot green. Here it's red.
Okay. And so what happens? You mix it all together?
Mix it all together so it turns into this, and then we would add more fat to it to make it more paint-like. But even though in this way,
Whoa.
you can still make paint.
It's really bright actually. Would you add water to it too? I see.
Yeah, to make it go a little further. And you get some pretty good Cheeto finger action. But don't lick your fingers.
Would you paint on paper?
No, we didn't have paper back then.
Okay.
What we would paint on is rock. And this is how we left messages behind.
Oh, wow. So you'd write a message in the rock for your friend passing by or your family?
Exactly.
So clever.
It's a message that lasts forever.
Aw. Coralee, can you tell me a bit about the process of weaving? How would you even weave something like this? It looks so intricate.
Well, you need a lot of patience.
Yes, you do.
And you need to be consistent.
Right.
So consistent means that you keep it the same all the way through. For something like a pine needle basket, which I have experience in, you start off with your little cluster of needles, you fold them over, and then you just tie them together, and you do it over and over and over again. And so you kind of make a little pattern up in your head. So over, under, add your needles, over, under, and you pretty soon, you got a basket.
Wow. Do you use any tools to make these baskets?
For this one, I like to use a sewing needle, I like to use some strong thread, and I like to use a straw, because the straw makes sure that I fit my needles through it so they stay the same all the way through.
I see, that's clever. Wow.
But for a birch bark basket, you can use tools like these little awls. And these are really good for punching holes into your bark, so you can actually slide your string through and tie it all together.
Oh, wow. And what is this all made of?
This is made out of deer bone
Whoa.
and cedar.
Wow. So if I wanted to learn how to weave a little bit, where could I start?
Well, there's always YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, YouTube, I learn everything from YouTube.
Yeah.
But I learned when I was a little kid, and we had someone from our community come in, and they just sat down and they showed all us little kids how to start. So really start with your community. Find someone who knows how to make baskets, sit with them, and learn from your elders.
That's such a good idea. And would I start with bark, or could I start with something a bit simpler?
You can start with whatever, because either way, the more you practice, you're gonna get it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All of these amazing baskets have inspired me to make a little craft of my own. Why don't we take a quick crafting break? Follow me. Hello, my friend, and welcome to Crafting with Kiki. I was feeling so inspired after seeing those woven baskets that the Syilx people made that I thought we could do a very simple weaving craft together just using paper. So what do you think? Should we craft together? All we need for this craft are 2 pieces of paper, preferably different colors. I chose yellow, obviously, and red because it's nice and bright. And for this craft, we also need a ruler, but you could also just use the edge of a book or another piece of paper if you don't have a ruler. We also need some scissors and a felt or a pencil. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna choose 1 piece of paper to be the loom. So for the loom, we're gonna fold it in half, like so. It doesn't have to be perfectly matched up, just about like that is fine. Then we're gonna take the ruler and we are going to draw a line across the top like this. See, so it's about the size of this ruler. Next, I'm gonna make more lines along the bottom using my ruler. I'm just gonna go really slow and trace the edge of the ruler like this. I'm gonna do it all the way across the page. Let me show you. Just like that. I'm just going to do that over and over again till I reach the end of the page. There we go. I have 1 big line here, then all these lines going down the side. Next, I'm going to take my pair of scissors. Maybe you need a grown-up to help you with this, but I am going to cut along each of these lines, except this line. I'm not going to cut that one, just these ones. So watch as I cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Check it out, my friend. So this is what it should look like. So it has all of these slits in it that I am going to weave the yellow paper through. This is the loom. Okay, so now that we have our loom, we are going to cut up this big yellow sheet into strips to weave into our loom. All right, so I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did. I am going to draw lines down the paper. All right, there we have it, my friend. Check it out. Here are all of my lines. And then I'm going to, you guessed it, I'm going to cut each one into a strip. Ready? Let's go! All right, and here I have all of my strips, and they're more or less the same size. It's okay if they're not perfect. That's not what crafting is about. And now I'm going to take my strip and I'm going to weave it into my loom, doing that up, down action that Coralee spoke about. So I'm gonna go first down and then up, down, up, down. Check it out, my friend. Just like that, it's woven into the red, you see? Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but the opposite direction. So here we go. Up, down, up, down. There. So it's starting to have that checkerboard effect. And if you want, you could add a little bit of glue or tape just to keep them in place. That might be easier for you. And I'm just gonna continue like that. Oh, I think I have room for one more. If I just cut it a little bit more here, there we go. Let's give it a try. Sometimes doing crafts is just seeing what works. Sometimes you have to fix it a little bit, don't you? There we go. That's what I like about crafting. It's kind of like doing an experiment. All right, I'm gonna grab my last strip and I'm gonna weave it in. Ready? Wow, there we have it, my friend. Check out my woven paper. Wow, I love the design. I really like the colors too. It kind of looks like a checkerboard, Maybe I could decorate it with some stickers or drawings. Wow. I'm really proud of this one. And it was really easy too. Just up, down, up, down. I had so much fun doing this craft with you, my friend. Maybe you can try one at home. But for now, let's head back to the Sncewips Heritage Museum and learn about the traditional Syilx homes. Follow me! All right, Coralee, what is this? This is so interesting.
This is a model of a kwatsi. Can you say kwatsi?
Kwatsi.
Yeah, so kwatsi is a winter home. So in the summertime, we're living in teepees because they're easy to take down and move around throughout everywhere. But once winter rolls in, we need something a little warmer, and we like to be with our family. So how the pit house works is it goes 4 to 5 feet deep into the ground with a diameter of 12 to 24 meters, and there's 2 entrances, one up top for men and a female entrance that faces the east.
Okay, why facing the east?
Because that's where the sun rises.
Right. Yeah.
That's your alarm clock.
Okay.
If you're relying on the boys' entrance, that's like 2, 4 in the afternoon. You slept in.
Yeah.
But you'd have about 16 to 30 people living inside each pit home. So it got really cozy.
What would they sleep on?
Oh, we would sleep on tule mats. So tule is a cousin of a cattail. And so we would weave these mats together, and they're actually very squishy and soft. And then you would cover those in some animal fur, and you'd go night-night.
Oh, I bet it's pretty cozy in there.
It's very cozy. And so we would have sleeping arrangements because you got a big family living inside a small space. So women would often be on the sides, elders and children would be in the back, and the tough guys would be sleeping around the entrances.
To guard the house.
That's right, to make
see.
sure no one would hurt us, no animals got in.
Right. Well, did the Syilx people have pets?
We did.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. We loved our horses and we loved dogs.
Oh, I love horses and dogs too.
Yeah, dogs were incredibly important because dogs protected your house,
Right.
and they were actually pretty good babysitters.
Oh, so they'd watch the kids?
They'd watch the kids.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they're really good hunting buddies too.
Right. And in the pit house, is that where you would have all your family celebrations too? Like birthday parties?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we celebrated births, we celebrated deaths, we celebrated wintertime, we celebrated even the summer. We celebrate our people. We have lots to celebrate and be happy about. But our favorite kind of celebrations are called powwows.
Powwows. Can you teach me more about powwows?
Absolutely. Follow me.
Let's do it. Wow, all these pictures are so cool, Coralee. Are these pictures of powwows?
It is a very special powwow that we call our Syilx celebration that we celebrate in our community every year. We're coming up to our 35th annual.
Oh, what time of year do you celebrate it?
We celebrate it in June. And why we call it Syilx, because that's the Okanagan word for Saskatoon. So June berries come in June, and Saskatoon berry, what's really important about that plant is she's a metaphor for community. The Saskatoon feeds everything indiscriminately. It feeds birds, bugs, bears, people. And so what she does is she reminds us that we're to look after community. We're all accountable to one another regardless of position or status. So anybody who puts in the work to keep a community going, we gotta celebrate them. And what better way to do than put on your best outfit, bust out your favorite moves, listen to music, play games, win prizes, watch presentations, and eat lots of good food.
Wow, that sounds like so much fun.
It is. I love to dance, and I love to watch all the new dancers coming up and seeing all my old friends, and we like to visit. We like to hang out with everybody.
And I see these beautiful garments are worn. Does everyone wear a garment like this?
Some of them do. These are called our fancy dancers.
Okay.
And so girls that dance like this are kind of imitating like a butterfly in the wind.
Oh, wow.
Here we have our grass dancers, and so you're imitating grass in the wind. Then we have our chicken dancers. So chicken, that's, you gotta have strong legs if you're gonna be a chicken dancer.
Do they wear feathers?
They do. They got their big bustles to show off, and they look pretty good. And then we have our eagle dancer. Now, nobody dances until he dances first. His job is to go out and get rid of all the negative energy off of the dance floor because he has the eagle claw, and the eagle claw grabs all the things that are bad and gets it out of there.
Oh, he's very important job.
Very important job.
And I also see here a drum. Is that an instrument that's played during a powwow?
Yeah, so this is called a Syilx pumin. So pumin means drum, Syilx means berg. And so you need a big drum and a couple of fellows around it, and they're gonna bang, because we can't dance without a drum.
Oh, so a couple people play this drum together?
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
That gets it nice and loud.
I was gonna say, it must be really loud. Are there any other instruments that you play during a powwow?
Not really. We like the drum.
Yeah.
The drum, and then our people, we sing. Some people will play flutes, and sometimes just even like jingle dancers, when they're dancing, you can just hear their jingles as they dance. So really, music's all around you.
Wow. I imagine you're eating some Saskatoon berry treats, but what else do you like to eat at a powwow?
We love to eat fry bread.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we love to eat chili. We like hot dogs. We like our soapberry ice cream that we get.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to try that.
Yeah, you're brave. No, but it's one heck of a party, and we love it. And people, they'll powwow all year round, and they go from community to community. And it's a great way to make friends. It's a great way to reconnect with relatives. And it's a great way to not only honor people, but you honor the land. The land likes to listen to you party.
Wow, it looks like a beautiful celebration.
It is. It's our favorite. But Kiki, I want to thank you so much for coming to the museum.
Coralee, I can't thank you enough for teaching me and my friend today. I learned so much about the Syilx people, and I really find their deep respect for this land, their resourcefulness, like so inspiring. So thank you. It means a lot.
Lim limt.
Lim limt.
That's how we say thank you.
In Syilxian?
Yes.
Lim limt, Coralee.
So lim limt.
Lim limt, my friend.
Why?
Why?
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Gotta learn, gotta listen. There's so much that I don't know. Everybody here is different. Gotta take time to watch and grow. Different communities and different cultures. Lead in with love for one another. Take a look and maybe you'll discover our differences are what make us special. Oh, I don't know everything I'm trying to grow. That's why we gotta learn from each other. Come along and just sing with me. Oh, I don't know everything I'm trying to grow. That's why we gotta learn from each other. Come along and just sing with me. If I can listen, then I can learn. Some people have different traditions. It's nice to know where they came from. Helps us understand we're different. And that's what makes us strong. Different communities and different cultures. Lead in with love for one another. Take a look and maybe you'll discover our differences are what make us special. Oh, I don't know everything I'm trying to grow. That's why we gotta learn from each other. Come along and just sing with me. Oh, I don't know everything I'm trying to grow. That's why we gotta learn from each other.
I had so much fun at the Sncewips Heritage Museum today, my friend. With a little help from my new friend, Coralee, we learned how to respect with and engage with another person's culture, weave for beginners, and support Indigenous communities. The best way to bridge understanding is to build relationships and educate ourselves. And the Sncewips Heritage Museum was the perfect place to do both of those things. I'm so happy you came with me today, my friend. Remember this? It's my memory box. It's where I keep all my souvenirs from our adventures together. And every time I look at them, I think of you. Maybe you could make your own memory box too. To remember all the fun we had at the Sncewips Heritage Museum, I'm going to put this little keychain inside that I bought at the gift shop. Check it out. Well, my friend, that's it for today, but I can't wait to see you again soon. Remember, wherever Kiki goes, you're always invited. Where do you think we'll go next?